I have drawn this waveform right here. So this sinusoidal waveform from 0 to 2 pi having maximum position or maximum peak value at angle pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. Okay, why this is happening? Why this is happening? Because at the angle of 90-degree, maximum flux cut north and south pole, and there is a conductor in between. These magnetic field cut this conductor at the angle of 90-degree, and maximum flux cut at that point of time. Okay, so this current will appear and this EMF will appear at max. And in negative position, this is the negative EMF and negative current having the maximum value. So this peak value represented as the maximum value. Okay, the maximum value attained by the alternating current during one cycle is called a peak value. Everyone understood about this peak? Write in chat box. Write in chat box. Everyone understood about this peak value? Okay, so next, average value. What do you mean by average value? I have represented this signal starting from 0 position to 2 pi position. Okay, complete cycle is given for the alternating signal. To find out the average value, we have to consider the complete cycle. So this above position for the signal represent the positive value, and this below signal represent the negative value. So when you average this complete cycle and give us a 0 value. Okay, so the average of all the instantaneous values of the alternating voltage and current over one complete cycle is called average value. Okay, if we consider symmetrical wave like sinusoidal current voltage waveform, the positive half cycle will be exactly equal to the negative half cycle. Therefore, the average value over the complete cycle will be 0. So in this manner, we have to divide the complete signal into different parts. Okay, and when you calculate the positive cycle value and the negative cycle value, they appear same, and if you take the average, it becomes 0. Okay, for negative and positive cycle. Everyone understood? Any doubt regarding this average value? Write in chat box. Okay, so next is how to calculate this average value for alternating quantity. So average value for alternating quantity, we have to consider complete 0 to 2 there is a complete cycle for the AC signal, as you can see right in this figure. This is one part and this is other part. We have to consider first part. Okay, so for integration from 0 to pi, okay, and we take voltage, maximum voltage. So from this position to this position, we called this as a peak voltage. So we represent this as BP. Okay, from this point to this point, we represent this signal as a BP, maximum peak value, or peak value we consider this one. Okay, so sine theta is a signal, and d theta is a integration factor. Okay, so we consider this signal for average value. Okay, so when we integrate this sine theta, we minus cos theta, and we put the limit cos of pi and cos of 0. In case of cos of pi, we get -1, or in case of cos 0, we get 1. And when we solve this equation, we get the value 2 Vp upon pi. So the average value for first half cycle 0.637 Vp. Clear? Any doubt regarding this derivation? How to calculate the average value of alternating current? What is RMS value? RMS means the root mean square value. Okay, the RMS value is defined as the square root of mean of square of instantaneous values. It is also known as effective value of the signal. Okay, so this is our complete signal. So what do you mean by root mean square value? Root mean square value means square root of mean of square of instantaneous value. So this is our instantaneous value. Okay, so we take the square of this value, and we take RMS value in the form of under root. Okay, so under root of square of instantaneous value, and we take a complete cycle from 0 to 2 pi. So this is our signal, and this is complete signal. This is from 0 to pi to 2 pi. Right here represent this complete signal from 0 to 2 pi. So that's why we are taking integration from 0 to 2 pi of our instantaneous values of a signal. Okay, so Im is the maximum current at pi by 2, sine is the signal, omega t is the angle, and this is the integration factor. Okay, so we solve this equation. We take this term, constant term, outside, and we integrate sine square omega t. Okay, so how you can integrate this sine square theta? So we have to multiply 2 and divide 2 to make a complete formula. So 2 sine square theta is 1 minus cos 2 theta. So that's why we are multiplying and divide by 2, and we get a result as 1 minus cos of theta. Okay. After that, we have to apply the limits from 0 to 2 pi. So we apply the limit right here, and we solve these two equations and put the values of the limit. So we get the result as 2 pi minus 0 minus sine of 2 pi minus sine of 0. As we can see in this signal, so this is a sine signal. Sine 2 pi, what is the value of sine 2 pi at this point? 0. And what is the value of sine 0 at this point? 0. So we put those values right here, and we solve this equation, and we find that the RMS value for alternating quantity is Im divided by under root 2. What is the formula for RMS value? Im under root 2. We have calculated right now. And what is the formula for average value? It is 2 Im by pi. So we put these values right here and we solve this equation by Im and Im is cancel out with each other and we get the value of form factor is 1.11. Okay. So any doubt regarding this form factor? Form factor is nothing but a ratio of RMS current to the average current or RMS EMF to the average EMF. Okay. Ratio of Im upon RMS value of the current means ratio of the maximum current to the RMS current. Okay, so Im is a maximum current and put the value for the IRMS. We have calculated the IRMS value, so it is Im divided by under root 2. We cancel out Im and and we achieve the value of peak factor is 1.4142. So this is very simple. Okay. So next one is application of alternating supply, where you can use this alternating supply. So we can use this AC supply in transformer. Okay, we can use this AC supply in transformer. We can use this in generator, in home appliances, in power distribution system, and in electrical motors. So these are some applications where we can use these alternating supply. Okay. Sure. Current and voltage are in same phase. Okay. Current and voltage are in same phase. Clear? There is no phase angle difference in case of resistance. Whereas in case of inductor and in case of capacitor, there is a phase difference. Here the phase angle lag, whereas in this L phase angle lead. Okay, so we take here how you can represent the signal. We represent the signal V is equal to Bm sine of omega t, sine of omega t. Okay, so how you can represent the signal in case of L? We can represent the signal Vm sine of, tell me, write in chat box, sine of omega t plus phi. Okay, omega t plus phi. In case of capacitor, how you can represent the angle? V is equal to Vm sine of omega t minus phi. So this lag, this lead. We have this phasor diagram. We have this phasor diagram. Presented BR in the base, BL in the perpendicular position, and this result in the hypotenuse position. Okay, so with the help of Pythagoras theorem, we are going to calculate the voltages. So x square is equal to p square plus b square. So what is the value for p and b? For perpendicular, we take the value VL, and for the base, we take the value VR. So we take these value VR and VL right here, and we put the voltage across VR and VL in this position. So voltage across resistor is IR and voltage across inductor is IXL. What is IXL? XL. XL is an inductance. We represent inductance in the form of XL. Okay.